Hi. The other day we made vegetable broth in our class. So today I'm going to show you how to make a chicken broth. Um, it's just a basic chicken broth in the pressure cooker. So it's all really easy. Again, if you're not feeling great, this makes it really approachable. I'm also going to throw in some extra stuff that I wouldn't necessarily do if I was going to be making a broth that would go into a soup. Whenever you're adding your aromatics to your broth, you want to really think about how you're going to use that broth. So if you're going to just be sipping it, you can up the number of herbs and spices that you're going to be putting in. If you're just going to be making a really simple soup with noodles and a couple of veggies, again, whatever you want. But if you're thinking you want to just like have a bunch of broth that you're going to freeze, you may not want to put in really strong flavors like ginger or lemongrass, things like that, because they could change the whole flavor and then you wouldn't be able to really use it for some soups. So I have here both roasted and unroasted chicken. I took out the back of my chicken that I roasted the other night and cooked it spatchcocked or flat. Just better cooking. We can do a whole nother thing on that later. But right now I've got a raw back, and then I've got some wingtips and the other bones from the chicken after it was roasted. So the roasted bones will give a little bit more flavor, which is great. And then I'm gonna add the classic, which is just a simple mirepoix. So I just scrubbed this carrot. I'm gonna add it in there. Carrot, celery, and onion are the three flavors that are usually in broth. I like to cut off the little root end just because there can be dirt in there and that's not tasty. So I'm going to toss that in my compost. And I'm just going to quarter. If you have a broth bag like Mitt talked about in the other video, that can just go in here. You don't even need to cut fresh stuff. This is some celery that's starting to look a little bit funky. So again, I'm just going to do some quick chops like that. And if you want to just have a very simple broth that will kind of taste great and everything, stick with that. If you want to up the flavor even more, and also up the cold fighting properties, then some ginger is great. Just really quick. I'm not even going to bother to peel it. I'm just going to do a quick chop. Garlic, again, I'm just going to cut it right in half to like open up these and then toss it in. And then I didn't have any fresh turmeric, but I have this dried turmeric from Frontier. It's just the root itself kind of in bigger pieces than the powder. So I'm going to put in a little bit of that. It's really great. Ginger, turmeric, both because they have a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. So when you're a little bit sick, they're awesome. And turmeric really needs some black pepper to be as bioavailable as possible. So we're gonna put in, I don't know, maybe like a tablespoon of peppercorns. And I'm gonna throw in a couple of these bay leaves. These are from Farmer Lloyd at the farmer's market here in Davis. Beautiful, very fresh. Threw that one a little too far. That's it. I'm just going to cover it with water. I'm not going to add the salt until after. But one thing I am going to add is the apple cider vinegar. I have this big jug of apple cider vinegar. I'm just going to do like a splash. It's about a tablespoon probably. They say about a tablespoon per pound of bones. And as we mentioned the other day, that just helps to pull out more nutrients from the vegetables and the bones and everything. But again, if you are going to be making beans, skip that. Because that will hinder the softening of the beans. So just cover this with water. We're going to cook it under pressure for 45 minutes, and then you'll have broth to sip or add to a soup.